Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and President Donald Trump has got some really great news for you if you hate paying federal income taxes. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, please visit that address in the lower right-hand corner. It's youtube.com/@explainamerica. And hit subscribe absolutely free. It really helps us out. President Donald Trump has raised this before, but it seems like he's getting very serious about it. See, the federal government didn't always have income taxes. They're actually kind of a new creation. And they certainly didn't have graduated federal income taxes. But what's happening now is the taxes have gotten out of control. If you guys saw what I owe in taxes for last year, you'd cry. You could buy a house with what some people have to pay for taxes. It's crazy. And as you write these enormous checks to the government, you say to yourself, what am I getting for this? This kind of feels like a shakedown operation, like a gangster style shakedown for protection money. That's what it starts to feel like. You have to pay your taxes. That's the law. But the fact is, the government doesn't need your taxes to function. There are other ways. It's been proven throughout history that we can function without taxes. I do believe some form of taxes are appropriate, but we've gotten to a point where people are paying 35, 37% of their income. And you say, well, they're in the upper echelon of earners. So what? It's still their money. It's not the government's money. And it just doesn't seem right to pay that kind of a percentage of your income to the government. It should be a 10% flat tax across the board. I've always proposed that. I think that's a fair and equitable way to do things. And so somebody paying $1 million pays $100,000. Somebody making $1 million a year pays $100,000. That's a lot more tenable than paying $350,000. A lot more tenable. Trump has a plan, and I love it. I want you guys to hear it, and let me know what you think in the comments.
Young waitress, I think you could call it young. You're probably not even supposed to say young. Probably supposed to say a waitress. But a young waitress came up and I said, how are you doing? And in my restaurant in the hotel in Trump, I said, how are you doing? And she said, not great, because they're after me so viciously for tips. They just want my tip income and they don't believe me and all of this. And she said, it's terrible. You know, sir, you should have no tax on tips. I said, what? So what'd you just say? No tax on tips. That was about the amount of my consultation. It's true. No tax. I said, what did you just say? Say those words again. Sir, no tax on tips. I said, thank you very much. You just won the election. No, we did research into it. I think it's going to be great. But under the Trump administration, the forgotten men and women of our country are going to be forgotten no longer. You know that. They weren't forgotten 4 years ago. On day one, I immediately halted the hiring of any new IRS agents. You know, they hired or tried to hire 88,000 new workers to go after you, and we're in the process of developing a plan to either terminate all of them or maybe we'll move them to the border. I think we're going to move them to the border. Well, they're allowed to carry guns. You know, they're so strong on guns, but these people are allowed to carry guns, so we'll probably move them to the border. Yeah. She said no tax on it. How about just no tax? You could do that. You know, if the tariffs worked out like I think, a thing like that could happen, if you want to know the truth. You know, years ago, 1870 to 1913, we didn't have an income tax. What we had is tariffs, where foreign countries came in and they stole our jobs, they stole our companies, they stole our product, they ripped us off. And, you know, they used to do numbers, and then we went to a tariff system, and the tariff system made so much money. It was when we were the richest, from 1870 to 1913. Then we brilliantly came in with an income tax. No, we don't want others to pay. Let's have our people pay. And then you had the Depression in 1928, 1929. I call it 1929. That was a bad time, but you didn't have tariffs, and you had tariffs that ended in 1913. But it was the richest our country ever was. That was President McKinley. In fact, we're renaming the mountain, Mount McKinley. You know what else?